What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi podcast, where we love spicy kimchi and we love the hot, spicy K-pop takes. I'm your host, Justin Trudeau, with my co-host, Brian Limper, and this just in, we have some breaking news.
It's definitely a spicy one. It's a sad day in the history of K-pop.
It honestly sucks a lot because one of the things we've literally talked about every episode of this show, which there's been, I think this is 7 now. And if you're coming back, that's awesome. And if you're just listening, what's up? But on this episode, we have to talk about Produce 48, and it's not for a good thing.
Yeah, definitely not. The only thing I've cared about for the last 3 months, and now we find out that everything was a lie.
Pretty much what happened was the PD of the show got taken into custody. And he admitted to rigging votes, essentially, on the show. Not just Produce 48, but I forgot, like, Produce X 100, the guys one, too. The last 2 seasons of the Produce show and competition, he admitted that he took bribes from companies or whatever and rigged the votes. So that is super awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of... From everything I read, it didn't really say how he did it or to like what extent he did it. He just admitted to actually rigging the votes. So I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that's probably going to come out over time that's going to tell us like why he did it or how many times he did it. Because at this point in time, we don't know if he actually rigged the votes the entire time or if he just did it, I don't know, in the last part of the show or for the finals or... I don't know. There's just a bunch of unanswered questions for it. But what does suck is knowing that he rigged it at all. So we'll never know what the actual group is supposed to be.
Well, yeah, that's what the real bummer is coming in. You know that, in fact, the guy who pretty much ran the show or set up the show did manipulate something. So that pretty much changes everything that happened in the show and the final result. And it pretty much makes it, like, not real. It pretty much makes it fake. And brings up all those questions like, well, what if this, or what if this, or what if this, because really we don't know now because of what this dude did. On Jun Young, I guess, that's his name. And he's in custody, so good for him because he sucks. But we don't know. We just have no idea what the truth of Eyes One or Produce 48 really is.
It's true. And the other sad part about it is now after all this has happened, that all, like, the girls are getting punished for it. So they, like, got their promotions and their showcase canceled. Even though, I guess, what did it say? They're still going to be doing releasing the album, but, like, their showcase for their song and the new comeback that's happening in, 4 or 5 days on the 11th?
Yeah.
Is, like, canceled now, so that's not going to happen. So who knows if they're going to like be able to go on shows, if they're going to promote anymore, or what's going on with that. I don't know. It's all just a giant mess right now, and I feel really bad for them because they had nothing to do with it. I don't even know if they even knew.
Oh, I doubt they did. Yeah, there's so many people to like feel bad for, and off the top of your head, it's I guess the contestants that maybe should have been in the group that got snubbed because of the manipulation, but you also feel bad for the girls that did, because they have to suffer all these consequences of, they literally were supposed to come back in a few days, and now they're not even having their comeback showcase. They might not be going on variety shows and all this stuff. So, like you kind of said, it stinks for them because they have to suffer the consequences. And honestly, I know probably internally it probably stinks too. Like, wow, did I actually, like, earn to be in this group? Did I actually, like, deserve to be an Eyes One? Like, was the work I put in actually good enough? Like, I'm sure that this kind of brings up questions for them too,
Yeah, none of it's good right now.
It stinks. It friggin' sucks. And it just sucks because they were literally coming back in a few days, and we were just kept talking about how we were so excited for their first full-length album, like their first actual album. And I know it has like 3 different versions, and it looks really cool, and the teasers looked really good. And then this kind of got dropped on everybody's head, and it's just like a giant rain cloud above us now.
Yeah, like I said, I still don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of the girls that made the final, I guess, the final roster for Produce 48 because I like all of them and I believe they all deserve to be in the group. But at the same time, I just feel bad for all the girls that got eliminated in the last couple rounds that honestly should be in the group right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about her so much, but when I first saw this news, I was like, damn, like Kyan was supposed to be in Eyes One, like no doubt about it, because
Oh yeah, for sure.
we literally questioned it, and we've talked about it so much on this podcast or in person or for texting over anything. Just like, how does someone go so successful throughout the show and be in the top 8 the whole time or whatever, and then literally the last episode you fall out of the top 12 or whatever the final lineup was for Eyes. You like fall right on the outside and you don't make the final group. Like, it literally makes no sense at all. And now that this news comes out, you're like, okay, well, obviously she was clearly one of the ones that was snubbed out of the final position. Like, there's no other answer, right?
Yeah, she definitely, if any of them deserved to be in the group, she 100% deserved to be in the group. So, I don't know. The other thing is, like, obviously, if you watch the show, there's like, tells her story about it, and it's like super sad and stuff. And now knowing how close she was to actually being in the group and she didn't, she probably thought, like, oh, I'm a failure still. Like, I couldn't debut again, I might not be able to sing again. And then you find this out, and you're like, wow, that really sucks because she should have been in the group and she should have debuted.
I know, it just like took away, it just took a hit on all the hard work that she did or the other idols did that could have potentially been in the group or should have been in the group, to just like cut them down like that and take it away. It's just awful, man. And I freaking just makes me like so mad because that was just someone you really rooted for, and I'm sure there's lots of other people who rooted for her and these other idols. And not to take away with any of the final members, but if they were supposed to make it, then like why couldn't they make it? Why did it have to end up like this, where they were literally being essentially cheated out of their final roster spots?
Well, the other thing is, we're probably never going to find out.
I know, that's what sucks the most about it.
I don't think there's any, especially like I was saying earlier, if they were manipulating the votes and stuff from the very beginning, the whole thing could have been rigged the whole time. Like, even from the very beginning, in the first eliminations, like, we were talking in the one episode about how there's certain people, and I said I was really surprised that they got eliminated from the show.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
they shouldn't have been eliminated from the show.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know what the extent is. Like you said, it literally could have been from day one. It literally could have been from the auditions coming in. So we really just don't know what was real and what was fake. So I don't know. It's just a bummer too, especially since they were just supposed to come back. Like, that sucks so much, and it sucks for so much for those other idols too. I just like feel so bad for them.
I feel super bad for them because they're probably like I said, they probably had no idea what was going on. So this is probably news to them too that they're finding out.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're thinking, oh, we're getting ready for this comeback. We can't wait to see our fans and all this stuff. And everybody's like, nope, not going to happen. And now everybody's under investigation for like fraud and tampering, and I don't know. Who knows if they ever come back? I don't expand the whole thing because of all the controversy surrounding it.
I mean, I don't know what they would do, especially if things just get worse and worse and there's more confessions and all this stuff. I'm not really sure what they would do, because pretty much like any comeback from then on, even kind of from now on, you're just like, well, this isn't even necessarily right, because we don't even know if this actually is Eyes One, because it was all essentially cheated, So yeah. I'm not really sure, and I don't know what more we're gonna learn or what more is gonna come out. I wish we could learn everything. I wish that somehow we could see where the numbers were manipulated and all that stuff, which I'm sure we won't get that, but I don't know. It's just a big bummer. I don't know how this guy would think that he could get away with this. I feel like this is something that, people would figure out pretty easily.
Well, I mean, if it just came out today, it took him a while.
Yeah, that's true. I saw rumors about it a long time for the guys one. Like, I've seen rumors for a really long time about, potential tampering, potential rigging of votes. And then finally they had enough to take this guy into custody, and then he admitted to it. And then it was like Produce 48, which I never saw once. And they're like, oh yeah, he did it for Produce 48 too. And I was like, oh, like, of course he did. Of course he like did messed with that show.
The crazy thing is that honestly, if he didn't do it again and the boys next produced like 101, he might have never got caught for it.
Yeah.
Because that's where all the stuff came from, was from the actions he took on the guys produced 48 that they just came out with.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for that, they would have never looked into Produce 40, or if it wasn't for the stuff in Produce 101, the new one that everyone's complaining about, they might have never looked into Produce 48. We might have never found this out.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And he admitted to the last 2 seasons. He said they didn't do anything like that for the first 2, which I mean, I don't know. I guess he could be lying, but he said it was only for the last 2 seasons. He took bribes from companies and all this stuff to I guess just push their agendas forward. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows what we're gonna find out? Who knows what more is even gonna come about it? And it sucks that it's all just a big mystery, essentially.
All I know is after I saw this, my whole life just feels like a lie.
You can't
I
let
don't know
it.
what to believe
You
anymore.
can't let it bring you down. Gotta fight
Like
the IZ*ONE power.
The only thing I cared about for the last 3 months, and now I'm like, wow, literally, it was a lie.
I just can't believe it was something we were so into and literally talked all the time and made jokes like, oh, we know what like happened a year ago. We know the final group. We know IZ*ONE, blah, 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 blah. And like now it's literally the front page news in Korean music. Like, and just like Korea in general. It's like the front page thing that's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's freaking crazy. It really puts a damper on watching the rest of, the show.
Yeah, I mean, I was up hanging with you last weekend and we watched episode 6, right?
Yeah.
I think it was episode 6, and it was a really good one. It was an awesome episode, but I was literally thinking about it today, like looking back on the episode and when they did like the individual rankings and all that stuff. I'm like, well, who even knows, right? Like, who even knows what's what or who did this or I don't know. It's just like it definitely just takes pretty much all the air out of that balloon as far as like watching the show, you know.
And it's like one of those things where everybody always kind of, because we always talked about Khan and how she didn't make the group, and we always questioned why she didn't make it and like how she didn't make it. So it's one of those things that people like were really suspicious about. So it's not like, it came out like nowhere. Like everyone's always like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. Like there's no way she shouldn't have made the group. Like she should have made the group.
Yeah.
But when it's kind of just hearsay, like, oh yeah, this could be it or this could be it, it's kind of just, you just kind of like take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't really bother you that much. But now that we actually know the truth, it's just kind of like, what the hell? Like, this is bogus. Like, it's kind of one of those things where, like, it's not real until you, like, hear it. And then once you hear it, you just don't know what to think. And you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, like we've said, Kine getting eliminated was, wow, the votes must have been rigged. Someone had it out for her, blah, blah, blah. And then you find out that that's actually what happened. And you're like, well, this is just the worst thing of all time. It's just like a whole nother level of sad and disappointment and all that stuff. So, I don't know. It stinks that, I mean, I said it already, but it sucks it's coming right on the verge of a comeback. They already have their comeback stage is canceled. And a lot of variety shows are saying they're not sure what they're going to do because they were scheduled to be on these variety shows and they're not like sure if they're going to air them or still film it. I mean, it's pretty much just all up in the air right now.
I will definitely tell everybody right now, I have invested so much time into Produce 48 and IZ*ONE over the last 3 months, and I am so disappointed.
I just don't get it, man. I don't know. I don't get it. It just sucks.
I guess we'll have to wait and see what else they say about it, but I mean, I don't really know. I mean, there's not really much else to say about it. Like,
true.
They can't like go back on it now and be like, "Oh yeah, I just said that to say it." I mean,
well, I just don't know what that does for IZ*ONE going forward. Like, are they gonna? I mean, because it's always gonna have this like asterisk by it now. Like, well, this isn't essentially the final group. It could have been, but it might not have been. We don't know because there was votes that were rigged. So I feel like it's just always going to kind of carry that weight now from pretty much the rest of them existing as a group.
The other thing that's really crazy about it is when I sent you that interview with with Alex, but she said that she didn't notice anything being different or like out of the ordinary or people getting favoritism or anything. She just said it was kind of normal. So the fact that she didn't know and she was on the show makes me, I don't know, I just want to know how they did it, like what parts they did it.
Like, I feel like after watching her interview and then reading about this, it's like she was still right. Like, there wasn't necessarily favoritism as far as like the people on the show or the filming. I mean, obviously some people get more screen time than others, but that wasn't the case as far as like the bribing of like who's on TV. I feel like it honestly just came down to like, you're gonna change these numbers, these final numbers, so these people make it or not. Like, I feel like that's where it kind of came, just literally like changing the numbers and lying about the numbers and putting those people through. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to pay you money so you film my person more. It's, I'm going to pay you money so you give my person more votes in the end, you know? I feel like that's kind of what from what I kind of like understood from reading about it. I feel like that's kind of how it kind of played out. Because, I mean, Alex, like you said, Alex literally said she didn't sense any favoritism at all.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Just put me in a really sad place.
I gotta say, this really put a damper on so many of my Christmas gifts. That's all I gotta say. Right? So many of my Christmas gifts. Ugh, gosh, June Young, you jackass. You ruined a lot of my gifts that are very awesome, so thanks, buddy.
So much of my life is coming to question. If I can't believe in Produce 48 and Eyes One, what can I believe in anymore?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, because, like, Eyes One's still an awesome group. Like, the girls are still awesome, and you said it. I like, feel the same way. I don't have any problem with anybody that's in the final group. Like, they're all awesome, and I've really come to appreciate all of them, and they're really talented in their own ways, so it really just sucks for them, too, that this is just essentially kind of a joke.
I just want to know if Haiwon and Minju are really questioning if they should be in the group right now.
I feel like some people in the group should feel that they're safe, and maybe some should be like, damn, did I actually make it? Damn, Kayan was actually really good. Damn, Miru was actually really good.
Goen was really good. Chowon was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Figure it out, Mnet. Gosh, that's so bogus.
I honestly don't. I honestly hope we don't ever find out who should actually be in the group and who shouldn't be in the group. Because then, if that gets released, I'm just going to feel super bad for the girls that are in the group that shouldn't be there. Because then they're just going to be like, wow, like, I feel like shit because I shouldn't even be here right now. And this whole time I thought I did, like, a really good job.
I think, yeah, I know. It's just like you're going to feel bad for them, and then you're going to feel bad for the people who got left out. I don't know, man. I feel like I need that. I just, as much as I say don't want any more pain, I almost just want the knife twisted inside me, and I want to know the final people. I want to know who got kicked out and who shouldn't be in the group. Like, I just want to know. I don't know if we ever will. I don't think we will, but I don't know. I don't know how they would like investigate that deep. You know, I mean, they already got the guy to confess to rigging things. So
what did this guy do to like fix the numbers? Is it like on those movies when they go to like change the report cards in the computer program, and it's just like, oh, you got to see backspace, now you got an A.
Literally,
so just like going like, I mean, like, was he like, oh, this guy got 50 votes, backspace, you got 5,000 votes.
Literally, so that's like how I pictured it in my head. Is just some random guy at a like computer, and he like walks in, he's like, all right, you need to change this and like do all this stuff. Like, I don't know how you rig votes. It doesn't make sense. I feel like it's probably not as hard as I think it is, but I mean, or maybe it was literally predetermined to each episode. Like, we know who was going to win, who was going to do this, who was going to do that. Like, I don't know. I feel like they just made it really obvious in the show, too.
Yeah, especially in the last one when the number one person dropped to, like, number 15. Like, that, there's no way.
It just, I've said it for so long, it just didn't make any sense without someone cheating, and that's exactly what happened.
You can't even be the number one team in NCAA football rankings and lose a game and drop from 1 to 15 in 1 week. Like,
In literally 1 week. Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
you could lose the friggin' Appalachian State and still be higher than 15.
Yeah, you'd be like 8 or 9.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Man. And then, yeah, someone brought up a good point about Kyan, too. Is just like, she was 24 at the time, and the average age of IZ*ONE is 17. So you're like, okay,
She's 25.
Okay, well, the person said 24, but whatever. She's still a lot older than everyone else. So that's like another reason you're like, well, maybe that's why they tried to change things, because they wanted a younger crowd in there. Not saying she's old, but like, they wanted like a younger crowd in there.
Never finds out about this, and it doesn't crush her soul.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would. I mean, I feel like I would want to know and just be like, well, that sucks, and I'd just be really pissed. But I guess deep inside it would answer the question of, well, I actually was good enough, and I should have been there. Not like, hey, what did I do wrong to lose the last day? Like, what the heck did I do wrong to have people hate me like so much, to move me down that much? I guess I'd be like, well, I was good enough. It's just these people are jerks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's just really sad.
It's just
ruined my entire day.
Just a huge bummer. Just a giant bummer.
Ruined my day, probably my week, maybe my life. I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll stay tuned for more episodes of K-Pop Kimchi. It's actually...
Stay tuned to find out if my life is ruined in the next few episodes.
Or the next 10 episodes, so let's make sure everyone keeps listening. But it was weird because for our episode today, we wanted to just pretty much talk about current events in K-pop and news and what's kind of been going on this last week. And we're like, yeah, that'll be cool. We can talk about some comebacks and blah, blah, blah. And then this bomb gets dropped and we're like, oh, there is actually some like very important news that we have to talk about.
I mean, we can talk about some other stuff here so we can maybe lighten the mood a little bit. But the last thing I have to say is, before it was really weird watching it well, I mean, I guess I really didn't know who everybody who was, like, made the group until, like, recently. But the fact that now I have to watch the episodes knowing who's already going to be eliminated and being sad about that, and then compiling the fact that I don't know if they actually should have even been eliminated, makes it so much worse.
I know. I don't even, like... I don't know, man. Like, the interest to watch the rest of the show has just fell a lot for me because of that reason. You're like, wow, I know this person's going to lose. Because when they're all happy and making it on to the next round, you're like, well, I know they're going to lose. And I know that it might not be their fault that they lose, and some jerk has them voted off, like, manipulates it all. Like, wow, that makes me...
crying. And
yeah, that makes me even more depressed.
Should have made it.
Well, the worst part is seeing them make it in the earlier episodes and how happy they are to, like, get into the next round. And you're just like, oh, man, it sucks that you're not going to make it. And now it sucks that you probably got voted out because of some dude, like, not because of the people.
Yeah. So, not only that, but, man, the nation's voters must feel betrayed because...
Dude, if I was a nation's voter, I would be rioting in the streets. I'd be so mad. I mean,
it's like if there's 500 people and all 500 of them voted for Kyan, and then the guy's like, nope, and the other person got 1,000 votes and she didn't make it in, and you're just like, well, I guess someone must have voted for her, but then you realize, wow, nobody voted for the other person. It was just the CEO guy changed it.
I would just be rioting and throwing things and just raising hell because I'd be so pissed.
Also, think about all the time and, like, just viewing hours that the nation's voters put into this. Because, I mean, like, you have to watch the episodes and vote at the end of each episode.
Yeah.
For who you want to be in the group. And each episode's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, imagine actually paying attention on TV every single week, making sure you get your votes in for whatever girl you wanted to move on, and on the last day, they don't make it into the final group, and you invested all that time, and you're super sad, and you're like, oh, I thought they were going to make it, and then this news hits, and you're like, I'm going to strangle somebody.
Yeah, like...
I'd be so mad. Oh my gosh, that like made me more mad right now. I'd be so pissed.
I mean, I'm gonna finish watching it just because, like I said, I really love it. So I'll finish watching the last 6 episodes. Uh, but I mean, what is it? Only like 15 more hours worth of viewing. So
Yeah, we have Thanksgiving coming up, so we can just because the episodes are still really fun and the performances are good, so can still always appreciate. I can still appreciate the girls because that's what it was
I
supposed to be about,
I
and that's who's the
literally
stars.
I literally love all 97 of the girls more than I've ever loved anything in my entire life.
Shout
So
out to all 97 of the trainees. Man, if I was someone that literally, I would just play the card so hard. If I was like the least vote getter of all time on the show, I'd be like, well, it could have been manipulated. I should maybe be there. Like,
they really just need to sign a petition so they can like
do it
get like
again. Run back the show.
reformations from them, like all the NFL players with their CTE from like the
Yeah,
60s.
I would. I would just get everybody. I would just be like, let's run it back. Produce 48 times 2. Like, we're doing the whole thing again, and we're getting a good. That'd be crazy.
Man, what a sad
Eyes One
day.
disbands, and we just do the whole show again.
Hopefully, we can get through these episodes and still do a review of the next 5 episodes for episode 10.
You know
So there's gonna be an asterisk by it, but I don't know.
the perfect meme for that is the video of the white girl crying and dancing. It's like K-pop Kimchi reviewing episode number 10. And that's us, because it's like fun to talk about, but you're like, this just sucks overall. Like, it's just
Honestly, I was gonna say, outside of you and people that have actually listened to the podcast each week, nobody really understands how much I love Produce 48.
Yeah. I just can't believe this happened.
I know.
Like, I don't know. Like you said, we thought it, and then it actually did happen, and I'm like, wow, it's real. It's a real thing. I thought it was just for the guys one, and then today...
It's all fun and games till shit gets real, and then it's just sad and depressing, and nothing in life matters anymore.
That's well said. That was beautiful. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess we'll look forward to Eisbone's comeback on the 11th since it's still happening. Hopefully it still happens.
I heard a great quote from Bailey on the wrestling that really just sums up what today was.
What'd she say?
They were asking her questions about why she changed and all this stuff, and her quote was, "Life sucks, and then you die." And I'm like, damn. That's so true right now.
Aristotle stuff right there, man. Lessons, that's life lessons learned the hard way, honestly.
Dude, it really is.
But I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know where we go. I guess we just try and... I don't know, because I'm like, I've obviously want to... I mean, we still have to support Eyes One. Like, we can't not support them.
I was going to say, I really want to buy the new album and support them, but what the hell are they going to do with the support money? Like, are they even going to promote the album? Like, what's even going to be going on?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, are we even going to get, like, an actual promotion schedule of this album? Are we?
Is this money just gonna like go to the guy that ruined all of this?
He's probably somehow just a genius, and like banking all this money is still going to him. And then, yeah, he'll just be there when he gets out of jail or whatever the heck happens to him. But
this is a worse fraud than the guy that had the Fire Festival.
I agree.
What was that guy's name?
Billy McFarland?
Yeah.
Billy McFarland.
This guy's a freaking Billy McFarland of Korea. Like, this is
yeah, it is worse because he actually like put on the show. Billy didn't. Like, Billy's shit ended quickly because Firefest just wasn't even a thing.
Well, technically he had the festival, people went to it. It's just a crapshoot, but...
Well, at least it didn't last for a few months or whatever, however long Produce 48 lasted.
I honestly just think it's really crazy how long they went without anybody, like, knowing that this happened. Like, it's been, like, almost, a year and a half, 2 years?
Well, that's why I know there were some other people that went into custody, too. I'm not really sure who, but you think if they were able to keep it a secret this long, that there's going to be, like, a giant list of people that are going to be in trouble, because... that doesn't seem like a secret you could just hold in with, like, yourself. Like, you couldn't just do that by yourself. Like, there's got to be a whole team of people that were, like, behind this.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, when you're the CEO, you don't do anything. So, I mean, you had to have somebody do it.
Yeah, he's not erasing the report cards and giving everybody A's. So there's
Yeah,
got to be
no.
some other people. There had to be other people who knew about this.
Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see what else happens. I guess we can go talk about other stuff now.
Yeah, woo! Other
for
breaking news on our breaking news episode that we could not have started off on a more sad note.
We've been talking about my sad depression for the last 40 minutes, so.
Well, it is the breaking news episode, so I guess we had to talk about that.
On brighter news, even though now I can't even be happy about it because everything's ruined.
Yeah, just say whatever's next, and we'll just try and fake smile our way through it.
It was Sungyeon's birthday yesterday.
That's a good thing.
I was way happy about it yesterday.
How old is she?
24.
Nice. Happy birthday, Sungyeon, our fearless leader of CLC.
My ultimate bias had her birthday.
Woo, yay.
From the pictures, she looked like she had a really good time.
Yeah, for real. They had a great time.
I wish I could say the same thing, but
But Produce 48 sucks. Everything sucks. Just sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, and I gotta say, we are some big nails right now.
I feel like that iZone button you bought me is just...
Oh my gosh, I spent like $7. I want that $7 back.
It's tainted.
Dude, I got so many Christmas presents that it's just gonna be like crying whilst opening them.
Man, I don't...
They're still really cool, but we'll see what happens.
Anyways, happy birthday, Sungyeon. I hope you're listening to this.
Happy birthday, Sungyeon. We love you.
Your birthday's the only thing holding me together right now, so...
What great timing.
I was going to say we can bring up our list of current events I have posted here.
Yeah, we can talk about those. We had some comebacks and some other fun goodies.
So for part 2 of this episode, we're going to go over some current events that have happened in K-pop recently.
Part 2, we're gonna be way more excited. All right, here we go.
Well,
just kidding. I'm still pissed off. So what's part 2?
I'm just so sad. I'm just gonna cut it here. So I just
what are we leading off with part 2 with we had some good comebacks. Actually, had a lot of comebacks.
There was actually a lot of comebacks in the last couple weeks.
Just like a ton.
Yeah. I know, so on the 25th of last month, which was October,
yeah,
Idol came back with that one Queendom song, Lion.
I really liked it a lot.
The music video was crazy.
It was really crazy. I think that might be my favorite song. It's right there with Uh-Oh, but I really like that song. The video was really cool. The video put it over the edge for me. Soyeon was literally a lion in a cage, and it was really crazy.
Another great debut was, we talked about it last week, but Hinapia, they finally released their music video.
Oh my gosh, so good.
First off, that song is one of my favorite songs of the entire year.
It's so good.
It was called Drip. It was weird because it debuted their actual performance on Show Champion on the 30th.
Yeah.
But then it released a music video on November 3rd, which is kind of...
It was a little backwards from what groups and companies usually do.
Yeah, so that was interesting, but that was a really good song.
That song was really great. Everyone's got to check out Drip by Hinapia. Am I saying it right? I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of an interesting group name, but it's with the former Priston Girls plus one or so, and it's a really good song. I really loved it a lot.
Whenever I hear it, it just gives me vibes like their Black Widow song. Like she's
Yeah,
kind of,
yeah,
it's really good.
super dope.
This is what Kristen could have been.
It's true, man. R.I.P. Oh man, more sadness creeping in. But no, that song's really good. I really love that song.
I know another interesting thing that happened lately that everybody was super butthurt about was Wano left Monster X. But I mean, in comparison to this Produce 48 thing, does that really matter? Does anybody really even care about that?
Well, I mean, it's I guess it sucks if you're a big fan of him. I don't really know that much about Monster X or about him. But seeing how he left the company, it was because of just some issues
It's all
he
kind
had.
of sketchy.
Yeah, I was like,
Really sketchy.
had some issues going on, and it seemed like him and the company kind of agreed to, part ways. So it just seemed like it honestly was in the best for everyone in the situation that he gets out of whatever he was in, That's kind of what it seemed like to me.
Yeah, and I mean, on the plus side, you got his contract terminated, so that means he can sign somewhere else.
He can do whatever he wants.
So that actually worked out great for him, because if not, he would have been stuck in the dungeon, not doing anything at all. So
yeah, you never want to be in a dungeon ever.
Maybe he'll go sign with P Nation.
Speaking of P Nation.
Yeah, speaking of P Nation.
It was their week, or a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. So I know they had like a lineup kind of scheduled. Oh, also, sorry if you're a Monster X fan or a Wano fan. I'm just in a dark place right now, so I don't really have anything great to say about that. Or anything, really.
Well, we can say that we know that you're upset about something happening to a group, and we know how you're feeling because we are upset with something happening to a group. So we're all in the sadness boat together.
It's true. This is just the Titanic, and it's a sinking ship, and K-pop is Rose, and I'm Jack, and I'm just going to die in the ocean, sad and cold and frozen.
That's beautiful. I'm tearing up how beautiful that was. That was like a poem, man. That was beautiful.
Man, it was good. All right, so I know P Nation when they obviously Hyuna, Hyojung or Dawn or Dawn now.
I think it's just Dawn.
Yeah, and Jesse all signed with him, and everyone was wondering when they're going to release music because it'd been signed for a while. But they had like a scheduling thing going on, and the releases were supposed to be Psy, then Jesse, then Hyuna, and then Dawn. But the last two actually released stuff on the same day.
Yeah.
But Jesse came back with Jay Park and a song called Drip. Apparently this is just a week of Drip.
Yeah, it's crazy that there was like
drip.
Week of 2 drips releasing. That's really weird, but it plays, I guess.
And that was just honestly, I'm surprised that Jesse and Jay Park just don't collaborate on more music, because I mean that's like a right up their alley.
Yeah, it was.
It's like a hardcore kind of rappy gangster song.
Yeah, like it. I mean, I can't say it was like my favorite song ever. Maybe not. It's probably not even my favorite song by like Jesse, but it was good. It was cool. It like
it's
you said, it just like fit them. Yeah, it's like what I thought it was gonna be. Like a hardcore kind of rap song, and it was good. I think it was all in English. I think it was
it was too.
I don't know if there were some Korean parts, but I think it was all in English. There was a lot of F words, but Jesse's gonna do what Jesse's gonna do, so I respect that.
True.
It was okay though.
And then yesterday, right, the 5th? What's today? Well, 2 days ago. Today's
2 days ago, because it's Thursday today.
Okay, so yeah, the 7th, Hyuna released her new song, Flower Shower. Just gotta let it go. Okay, you hear me now. 이제 꼭 길러. 날 걸어갈 거야. 그래 꼭 들러. 샤워할 거야. Take a flower shower. Which was really good. I really like that. She just makes good music.
She never ceases to be awesome, and she was gone for a long time, so I was kind of wondering what it was going to be like for her to come back, but it's crazy she didn't miss any kind of beat. That song was really awesome. I really
It
love
was
that
really
song.
good.
It was super up her alley. Video's really good. And honestly, just glad to have her back.
So I'm sure she'll release more music, and it's going to be really good.
Right.
It looks like Psy's letting them do whatever they want, so
Yeah.
good on you, Psy. And then on the same day, Dawn released his first solo song called Money.
Money.
And he was, for those of you who don't know, was in Pentagon with Cube Entertainment. And when they found out that him and Hyuna were dating, they both got kicked out of Cube. And that's how they ended up with P Nation. Now here, I told you I'd save my thoughts on the song until we did this podcast. So
I have not heard them until right now, so share them with me and all the people.
First I want to know, what did you think of the song?
Oh, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really good. It was he had some interesting outfits in the video, but overall I thought the beat was really cool. I don't really know how to like say what kind of like style that song was, but it was really unique, and I thought it fit him really well. He seems like a really quiet guy, but it's cool that, you know, with his song and his like individual solo stuff, he kind of like, that's what brings out his personality, is his music, and I feel like that's really what we kind of saw with this song. It reminded me kind of like a solo G-Dragon song, like some of like G-Dragon's like other types of sounding, like less rap, other types of sounding stuff. So I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good, especially for a debut. Like, that is a really good debut.
I could definitely see the G-Dragon comparison.
Like, it just like reminded me, and I mean, I love GD, so I was totally down for it.
I could see that. It's a pretty good comparison.
Gosh, Protus 48 sucks.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so when I first heard the song, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why, but it just made me feel super emotional. Like, it was like the craziest thing ever. Like,
yeah.
Not like emotional, like sad, you know?
Yeah.
But I was trying to like think of it yesterday and trying to explain it. And the only way I can explain it is it was like kind of like, I don't know if I was just like happy for him to finally like do something and debut and like all their drama to be over with.
Yeah.
Or like what? But it's like a kind of like a feeling of like being like content, or like you worked on something and you like finished it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like a mixture of like happiness for something being done and just like a moment of like being like proud of something.
Right,
and
right.
It literally just made me feel like super emotional. Like I had like tears in my eyes. Like I have no idea why.
That's awesome.
It was like the craziest thing ever. This is like, I told you, like, this is like maybe my favorite solo song that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, you
like,
said
I've listened to it so many times.
That was the only thing you really said to me about it, and I was like, okay, like that's like kind of bold, but I'm totally down with it. I wanted to hear the reasoning, but that's awesome, dude. Like, it's just a classic. You can't touch the music, but the music can touch you. Like,
it really is.
It just happens, man.
It was like, it like hit me so hard. I was like, wow, this is like life changing.
Well, that's kind of kind of the meaning of the song too. I mean, it says like, some of the lyrics I saw, I was just saying like, I don't need you, I can, you know, make my own way. I feel like that was kind of what was going on, essentially saying like, I know I was, you know, in a really successful group, in a really good, like a really popular company, and I got kicked out. And for most people, they're probably done at that point. But for him, he's like, I don't need you, I can still go on my own way and be successful. And that's like literally what this song is showing him doing, you know? He's like almost like a phoenix type, rising from the ashes type thing going on.
And you were thinking about how like there's like money and everybody wants money and you like need money.
Yeah.
But he like, we're saying he like doesn't need it to be happy. Like he can, you know, do his own thing.
Yeah.
Also, on your topic of controversial, I will definitely say that this song is up there for me with Fancy is like my favorite song that's come out this year. Like,
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't think a song could dethrone Fancy, but I think there's a contender, man. I think there's
at least for me, anyways. This song is
yeah.
up there. It's a contender with Fancy because, like I said, it like freaking hit me. And I was like, wow. I
Dude,
don't
that's
know.
good.
It's such a weird feeling to explain because, like, well, obviously you've known me for a while. I'm not like a super like overly emotional person about anything.
Yeah.
I don't really get like super sad or any of that kind of stuff. Well, except for today when I found out about Produce 48, and then my life is just the worst thing that's ever happened in my entire life. But man, when I'm telling you, when I heard the song, when I first listened to it, as soon as like the first part came in, when like it went into the chorus, like the more like the heavier kind of music started playing, you know?
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, and I had like tears like in my eyes, and I was like, man, this is freaking
good, dude.
Got me.
That's good though. That's good though. That means it's working. Working.
I don't know.
Dude, you need to buy it. You need to buy it and just buy everything for just be the biggest Dawn stan.
I know, right?
I mean, I really liked it a lot. Like, it was excellent. It was really good, and it was just one of those things where you like, okay, well, I want like more stuff from Dawn. Like, I want all the Dawn right now because it's so cool what he did on his own. And I'm just like, I just want more of it. I really liked it a lot. Like, that's definitely probably one of my, if I had to put like a list, that's probably a top 10 comeback, maybe 5 if I really, like, I got to think about it. But it's definitely up there. I was really impressed. Like, I didn't know what to expect. And I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I was really impressed with it.
Maybe it was foreshadowing for my emotions to hit me today or yesterday when I found out about Produce 48. And it just was like, man.
You know, I was thinking, I was like, maybe it was meant to come out that day because of the overwhelming sadness today. You can go back and listen to Dawn and be like, you know what? He went through some tough stuff and singing about it and powered through. And now I'm going to power through and do that. So.
Also, he's a very talented guy. He's a really good dancer, really great song composer. The music video for it's super crazy.
It's super crazy. He did
really good.
He's just like, he's so cool. Like, he's literally just like, that's another thing about, like, he kind of reminds me of GD. You just look at him, and you're just like, this guy is, like, a cool guy. And he doesn't need to, like be super, like, over the top, be super crazy on TV or in anything. Like, he just literally, like, his presence you see on a video or in a picture, like, this guy is cool. And then the fact that he, like, won over Hyuna to, like, date, like, that's just a whole nother reason. You're like, this guy is the man. Like, he can do anything. And though he's like quiet and just kind of almost looks like uninterested sometimes, like, he's just that dude, and he's that awesome. Like, I don't know, he has a very cool demeanor that I really, you know, I just think he's a really, like, dope guy. I kind of, like, look up to him for it, you know?
Yeah, he's really cool. Song's really good.
It was really good. It was really good.
Right.
Except for he had one outfit, and I was like, this is kind of weird. But you know what? It's K-pop, so let him do his thing. That's like my one critique of it. But other than that, I mean, that's so crazy. It was a debut. Like, that is such a good debut.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. What else I got on this list? On the 10th, Taeyong and Daesung are going to get released from the military.
Speaking of super cool people, Big Bang is back.
Hopefully they don't get immediately arrested with somebody tries to find some ties to them in YG. So
yeah, whatever. Throw those on Sungri. We don't need him anymore. Yes, Big Bang is out of the army. Well, they're going to be in a few days, and we are back. Tops just had his birthday. He's living it up. He was on IG having a fun time. GD's literally already promoting his Nike collaboration, and so that makes me think once they get out of the army, it's go time because we need some Big Bang.
We need something to end the year, right?
We need something. Please, Korea, give us something.
Next thing on my list was IZ*ONE has her full-length album.
Oh, gosh, damn it.
Showcase.
No.
But,
no, they don't.
So, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Nothing makes sense. I'm just questioning everything.
They're still coming back, though, so we're still going to get, like... I mean, they said this comeback is still happening. It's just... We don't know all the things around the comeback.
All I can imagine in my head is how sad all the girls are right now, crying and being sad, and now I'm gonna cry and be sad.
You just need to
And
listen to
now
Dawn's song.
I
Money.
know, man, freaking I don't know.
You just need to go like foot dance your way through a wooded glen, and you'll feel better listening to Dawn's song.
Just punch dancing like
like Rick or Rod
like
in Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
I took out my frustrations in a wooded glen.
That's really all the K-pop stuff I could think of off the top of my head. There might be some more stuff, but I'm honestly just too depressed in the eyes of the thing to even look it up.
I really loved the P Nation stuff though. Like Hyuna was really good. Like it was when I watched that. I mean, you kind of talk about like you had a moment watching Dawn's video. Like it wasn't like the same for me, but it was just like I had a moment when I was just like so happy, just like watching Hyuna in a video. Like I was just like literally like smiling on the outside and the inside. I was just like, yes, like Hyuna is back. And this song is like so good. It fit her so well. And I was just like I was like, man, it's been so long and she's finally back and it's so worth it because she's killing it. And now her boyfriend's here too and he's awesome as well.
P Nation's looking real strong out there.
I want Psy's songs. I want Psy to just have some super crazy song again. Like just have Psy come with his
sure
like.
He released a song earlier.
Did he? Well, I didn't.
I
missed it.
Towards the end of the summer.
Oh, well, I missed it. But I will go back and find it, Psy, Uncle Psy.
Yeah, K-pop's been pretty crazy the last couple days. Well, the last couple weeks, actually. There's been lots of ups, downs, mostly downs. Everything's down.
Everything's not down. We're gonna power through. I am anxious to see. Now I just want to know, like, now I want to know if my buys one actually made it, you know? Like, I'm just like, whoa. I don't know. That makes me more nervous about that, too. I'm like, well, I hope my buys one actually made it into the group. Like,
I feel like Chan would have made it.
Yeah, I feel like she did, too. I feel like
she was too good not to make it. Like, there's certain members that were too good not to make it.
Yeah, like, I'm sure, I honestly feel like most of the members would have made it anyway. You know, it's not like only two of them and everyone else was like a fake winner.
There's maybe two
like
or three members that I feel like shouldn't be there.
Maybe like
but
random selection drug testing, Haiwon and Minju, but like who knows? Like that's just random.
Yeah, there's just a couple names I pulled out.
Just the NBA random drug test.
I don't know if that's true. But I mean, UNB definitely should have made it.
Yeah.
Yujin should have
like
made
Sakura,
it.
yeah. Like Sakura should have been there.
Made it.
Yeah.
Chaeyoung should have made it. I mean, Yuri should have made it too. She was really good.
Yeah. Nako would have made Nako.
Everybody loved Nako.
Yeah.
Hitomi was really good.
Hitomi was really adorable.
Yena, she was good.
Yeah. So maybe like two.
Although I did see on some message boards I was looking at in comments that people were questioning if Yena should have made it, or Minju, or Haiwon. Although I feel like Yena was a strong competitor through the whole thing.
Yeah, she's been really... Yeah, I don't think that... I mean, I could see Minju over Haiwon. Or not Minju. I was thinking Miru over, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I actually, like, Minju, like, in the beginning was like, yeah, you are just, like, beautiful, so you're making it. But I feel like she's actually, like, contributes. Like, she's actually, like, not a bad dancer, not a bad singer. Like, Haiwon is very beautiful, but I don't know.
Don't get me wrong. I still love all the members of IZ*ONE.
I do too. I'm just saying.
I like the group how they are, but
I just want. Can't we just have the IZ*ONE 2 and have like Kyan and all the other people that didn't make it and have a whole nother group?
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely support.
That'd be awesome. That'd be sick. With like Miru too, that'd be awesome. I don't know. I think there's a few people I'm like, okay, we'll see what really happened, but I guess I'd like to find out, but I doubt we will.
Yeah, I don't think we will either. But yeah, so we were going to have a fun, easygoing episode this week, but apparently that was not supposed to happen.
Apparently everything is a bummer.
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be I wonder what's going to pick me up from the sadness, because literally everything in my life for the last 3 months is based around watching Produce 48 and
We will still finish it. We'll still finish it.
cheering for all my members and buying all these Eyes One albums.
Which are still really sick.
They are really cool. One of them was like a pop-up card. That's cool.
Yeah, that, like, the album's still very, very cool. Man, they were, like, their new one, too, they have, like, 3 different versions. There's, like, 3 different, there's, like, a white, blue, and pink one coming out, I saw.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be cool.
I guess, is there anything else you have to share? Like, any other random stuff you'd like to share that you'd like to pull through the darkness?
I don't know. Not really. It's crazy. We've already talked for so long. It's went so quickly. I guess when you're just having so much freaking fun, time just flies, right?
My life's just a hole of sadness right now. Time doesn't exist.
That's just how I was this weekend when I was trying to get my one photo card I need, and I bought 2 multiple albums and just didn't even get close. But that's okay. That's just life.
I'm floating in a tin can in space.
Glass case of emotions.
I guess on a plus side, Disney Plus is going to be coming out here.
Oh
in a
my
week.
gosh, I am so excited for Disney Plus. That will help me with my sadness. I'm so excited for Disney Plus.
I guess I can just.
Dude, you can watch every Xenon. Yes.
21st century.
Let's go, dude. Those were so good.
In Brink.
No, one of my favorite movies, man. I can't wait for Disney Plus. It's gonna be so good.
Now instead of watching my DVDs I can just watch all the Halloween Towns live stream.
What? Man, the future is now.
I know. There's about to be a bunch of stuff on there. That's going to be really cool. Ooh. Well, obviously we were talking about it, but they're going to have like all the Disney movies on there. Like Disney Channel original movies and...
all of them, man.
Disney Channel movies. And like Avengers stuff and like, Marvel stuff that they own is going to be on there.
Yeah, I'm excited for like the original
Star
series
Marvel
stuff they're going to release, like the shows, like the Loki show. And then I know they have a few other ones. I think there's like maybe a Hawkeye one where there's like a Winter Soldier or something like that. I don't know, but they're going to have like their own produced shows on there, so I'm excited to watch those. And then,
I can't wait for
there's going to be just so much stuff on there because they have ESPN too, so they're going to have a ton of sports stuff as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
Do you know what they're not going to have?
Produce 48.
A way to heal these scars that Produce 48 has left.
I just need to what's Tear My Heart Open? I need to listen to that song about 10 times before I go to bed by
Papa Roach?
Yeah, by Papa Roach to just make me feel better about I don't know, man. I'm
glad my alarm in the morning is just
oh my gosh.
So
you need to change it
every freaking day.
You need to change it.
Whenever anybody calls me on my phone, it's also pick me, so it's going to make you even more sad.
Hey, yeah, this last weekend when we went to H Mart, the Korean store, they had like their Korean festival, and we got to see random dance play for some people. And
it was super weird because it was really just them dancing super awkward, and the winner got this super nice
massage chair. It was crazy, and like it was the first Pick Me from Produce 101, and everyone was dancing to it, and then Pick Me from Produce 48 came on, and everyone didn't know the dance, and I was like, oh, come on, guys.
And nobody knew it. Also, shout out to the DJ for playing No by CLC.
Yeah, and there was one girl killing it.
She knew the dance.
There was one girl, and she like really was good. Shout out to that girl who was dancing CLC.
I didn't stay and watch, but hopefully she won the
massage chair. Well, at least CLC is okay, knock on wood.
Yeah, I know, right? The only thing that's crazy is if this happened, think of all the other, like, groups that have been made by survival shows that are probably not even real.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. Like, I'm convinced that some of the ones from company survival shows are 100% not true. Like, 100% that, like literally twice. Like, I'm 100%. I 100% know. Like, I'm 100% convinced that Twice was a predetermined group. Maybe a couple members were on the edge, and JYP wanted to see how they performed under pressure with being on TV and in front of an audience. But I'm 100% convinced Twice was already found out because they were not going to put like 12-year-old Somi or Chaerung on Twice. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I'm pretty convinced that
The other
JYP
thing
knew.
is 2 members got voted off, and he just put them back in anyway.
Yeah, and like
so.
he was like, all right, Sui's back, Momo's back, because guess what? I wanted them in the group to begin with. And even if they're not 100% ready, they're going to be just fine. And I mean, he was 100% right.
Member, so,
yeah, like he's 100% right. But I'm like, that's why I don't know with this one, because it's, a company and then there's like a million other companies that bring in idols. But for the ones that are from a single company, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that the boss has an idea what he already wants to happen,
Yeah, I don't know. It just really ruined a lot of stuff.
If someone comes out and says Idol School is rigged, I'm going to burn their house down.
Well, I mean, they've been under scrutiny for a while for that being set up.
Was it? Well, they did a really good job because they picked some great members, so.
Yeah, I mean.
We just can't watch Idol School and fall in love with all the people who didn't make it and be like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I don't know. That'd be tough, though, because everyone in Fromus 9 is so good. Like, I don't want to think in Fromus 9 that someone should maybe be out because of another member, so I'm never watching Idol School in my life.
Dude, I don't know. Man. Having this much, being this close to the Produce 48 situation in such a short amount of time has made me realize I think I have a problem.
Dude, it just means you're a real fan. It just means you're a real fan.
I took all the time to remember all those girls' names and cheer for them individually and Google all their lives. And this is what happens?
Well, they're still real people.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's just all
I'm not
make-believe.
sure.
Yeah, was anybody there at all?
I just don't know what to believe. Like, man.
I don't know either. I am still excited for their comeback. I don't know.
I'm hoping this is just a dream and then I wake up in the morning and none of this was really true.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I hope there's just not... I don't know. Because I want to know more about it, but at the same time, like, I just don't want any more bad news. So I'm not sure what I really want.
I don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt.
Yeah.
I saw enough of them crying on the show. I don't need to see them crying in real life.
Yeah, literally now I'm like, girls, you don't even know. You could be crying about so much worse things.
Yeah, it's true. Like real life. Like having a job.
You're not even going to make it because you literally have no chance because the guy's going to rig the votes.
Yeah, pretty much. Man, that's so crazy. But to them it was real. Like, it was real life.
I know, and it's what they all worked for. So that's why it sucks for the people who didn't make it and the people that did, because they all worked their butts off. And whether you got the reward or not, like, now it's just, like, tainted.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I go to sleep and I wake up less sad, but I don't know.
Just listen to Dawn, man. Just have Dawn sing you to sleep and then wake you up in the morning.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we haven't talked for a while, so. Before we go, we'll end this here. And we'll pick this up at a later time. Hopefully, when my
next week when we complain about
clouded.
Next week is just going to be complaining about Produce 48 Part 2.
Pretty much. When my mind is less clouded and I have better judgment, we'll talk about something else. But before we go, I want to give a shout out to our friend Sarah, who's our #1 fan and actually listens to all of our podcasts.
Shout out to Sarah. You get a t-shirt. Woo!
Thanks, Sarah. If you send me information, I'll send you a shirt.
Sarah is our #1 fan, and we love her because she is one of our biggest fans out there. She loves K-pop Kimchi.
I'm sure there might be other people that have listened to all the episodes, but...
And if you are, and you want recognition, DM us on our social media accounts, and we will give you all the love and recommendations that you need.
We'll give you all shout-outs.
Everyone will get a shout-out and maybe a t-shirt.
Yeah, shout-out to Sarah. Thanks for listening, Sarah.
You're the real MVP.
You're the real MVP. You're one of 3 people that listen to it, along with Justin and I, so...
We are... Oh, yeah, sometimes you gotta be your own biggest fan to, get going, but, hopefully we have a lot of people that have been returning, and those people are the best. I just want to know who they are, so DM us, because I want to know who listens to us regularly. I want to be best friends.
Yeah, everybody, just come talk to us. Come make me feel better about Produce 48.
Everyone help Brian feel better about Produce 48. They'd probably be like, man, I got nothing. It just sucks.
they're like, good. I hated them. I hope they did bad.
Oh, man.
You know what? Man, I just can't get over it. Because now I just feel so bad for hating them for so long because of the whole LaVey and Rose thing. And now I just feel like a shitty person.
I know. It's like, didn't like them. Now I do. And then now it's like, well, I feel crappy about it.
So, shit. Well, it's kind of like being a fan of Linwood University Belleville. How you're like, oh, wow. Now they're not at school anymore, so I can't even cheer for them.
Yeah. Well, at least we didn't cheat. Well, maybe we should have, and it wouldn't have mattered, but whatever.
But anyways, all right. Well, if they're going to DM us, where can they reach you at?
They can reach our Instagram at Kpop Kimchi 101 and our Twitter at kimchi_Kpop. That is our accounts for the podcast, and you can reach us on our individual accounts. Mine on Instagram is Justin TOHB. So hit us up, follow us, like all our stuff, and pretty much do whatever. That'll be cool. What about you?
You guys can reach me on Twitter or Instagram at FogRaw, TOHB. It's the same for both of them. So send me some funny gifs or some inspirational quotes or something, because
send him all the love.
I'm just a sad dad right now.
Well, he's not actually a dad, but he is sad out here.
Sad dad vibes.
But yeah, I think that does it for episode number 7, man. Hopefully we can rebound next week and get a little more cheerful.
Yeah, I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat some ice cream or something. I don't know. Whatever helps.
Yeah. All right.
But all right, everyone. We love you. Keep listening. We always will love you. You guys are the best. Kpop Kimchi fighting. Woo! For our podcast, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm Justin. He's Brian. Peace.
Bye.